Imagine two women eating almost the exact same diet. Steak, eggs, butter, maybe a little bacon. The first woman is 32 years old. Within a few months, she has more energy, fewer cravings, and the weight seems to come off almost effortlessly. Now picture that same woman 15 years later. She's 47. She starts the same diet with the same determination. She follows the plan just as carefully. But this time, the scale barely moves. Her belly fat seems more stubborn. She wonders if she's doing something wrong, or worse, if her metabolism has simply given up. Here's the good news. It probably isn't the steak, and your metabolism probably isn't broken. One of the biggest mistakes I see is assuming that if a strategy worked at 30, it should work exactly the same at 45 or 50. But your body isn't the same body it was 20 years ago. And that's not a flaw, it's biology. As women move through perimenopause and menopause, hormones begin to shift. Estrogen doesn't just disappear overnight. It often fluctuates before eventually settling at lower levels. During that transition, many women notice changes that feel frustratingly familiar. Weight starts collecting around the waist instead of the hips. Muscle becomes easier to lose. Blood sugar becomes less forgiving. Recovery from exercise takes longer. Sleep becomes more unpredictable. None of this means you're destined to gain weight or lose your health. It simply means the rules of the game have changed. And when the rules change, the winning strategy has to evolve too. Because after 40, success isn't just about making the scale go down. It's about preserving muscle, protecting your metabolism, supporting healthy bones, maintaining your energy, and building a body that stays strong for decades to come. Today, I'm going to explain why a carnivore diet can still be an incredibly powerful tool for many women over 40, but also why it may need to be approached differently than it was in your 30s. Let's dive in. So if your body is changing, does that mean carnivore stops working at 40? Not at all. In fact, for many women, this may be exactly the stage of life when simplifying nutrition becomes even more valuable. But here's the key. The goal isn't to eat more meat. The goal is to support a metabolism that's asking for something different. Let's start with protein. One of the biggest changes that happens as you get older is that our muscles become a little more hard of hearing. In your 20s and 30s, a moderate amount of protein could stimulate muscle growth fairly easily. After 40, your muscles often need a stronger signal. That means adequate protein becomes even more important, not just to build muscle, but to preserve it. And why does that matter? Because muscle isn't just something that helps you stay toned. It's one of the most metabolically active tissues in your body. It helps regulate blood sugar. It improves insulin sensitivity. It supports balance, mobility, and independence as you age. I like to think of muscle as your metabolic retirement account. The more you invest in it today, the more it pays you back later. Now let's talk about blood sugar. Many women notice that after 40, the same meal causes bigger blood sugar swings than it used to. Those swings can lead to more cravings, more hunger, and that frustrating cycle of feeling like you're hungry again just a couple of hours after eating. For women who are insulin resistant, reducing refined carbohydrates and emphasizing protein-rich whole foods may help create steadier blood sugar throughout the day. That's one reason many women say they finally feel in control of their appetite on a carnivore or very low carbohydrate diet. But here's something that's often overlooked. Carnivore isn't magic. If it's helping, it's usually because it's changing your biology, not because it's breaking the laws of biology. You're eating foods that tend to be highly satisfying. You're eating more high-quality protein. You're reducing foods that trigger large blood sugar spikes. And for some people, you're removing foods that may have been driving cravings or digestive symptoms. That's physiology, not magic. And understanding that difference gives you much more power than simply believing a diet is working because it's trendy. But this is also where I see women make 3 mistakes that can completely sabotage their results. Let's talk about those next. Now let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes I see women make when they try carnivore after 40. These aren't failures of willpower. They're misunderstandings of physiology. Mistake number 1, chasing a smaller body instead of a stronger one. For years, many women have been taught that success means seeing a lower number on the scale. But after 40, that number tells only part of the story. Here's the question I want you to start asking instead. Am I losing fat or am I losing muscle? Those are 2 very different outcomes. If you lose muscle, your metabolism becomes less resilient. Everyday activity becomes harder. Balance declines. Recovery slows. And over time, you're more vulnerable to fragility. That's why I encourage my patients to celebrate more than weight loss. Celebrate being stronger. Celebrate climbing stairs without getting winded. Celebrate carrying groceries more easily. Celebrate getting off the floor without assistance. Those are the victories that truly predict healthy aging. Mistake number 2, thinking more fasting is always better. Fasting can absolutely be a helpful tool. I've recommended it to many patients, but a tool isn't meant to be used for every job. If you're already sleeping poorly, if you're under eating protein, if you're exercising regularly, or if you're feeling exhausted all the time, adding longer and longer fasts may actually make it harder to recover and preserve muscle. Remember, the goal isn't to eat as little as possible. The goal is to nourish the body you're trying to build. Mistake number 3, forgetting that muscle needs a reason to stay. This may be the biggest mistake of all. Eating steak doesn't automatically build muscle. It provides the raw materials, but your muscles need a signal that says, don't get rid of me, I'm still needed. That signal is resistance training. It doesn't have to mean becoming a bodybuilder. It could be resistance bands, body weight exercises, weight machines, free weights, anything that challenges your muscles consistently. I like to explain it this way. Protein delivers the lumber. Strength training tells the contractor where to build the house. Without that signal, your body may not use those building materials as effectively. After 40, preserving muscle isn't just about looking fit. It's about protecting your metabolism, your bones, your independence, and your future. So if those things are the biggest mistakes, what does success actually look like? Let me share the approach I use with my own patients. If you're a woman over 40 and you're thinking about trying a carnivore diet, or you're already eating this way but not getting the results you hope for, here's what I would focus on. First, make protein the foundation of your meals. Don't think of protein as just another nutrient. Think of it as an investment in your future strength. Every meal is an opportunity to support the muscle that protects your metabolism, your bones, and your independence. Second, give your muscles a reason to stay. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. 2 or 3 strength training sessions each week can make a remarkable difference over time. The goal isn't to become a powerlifter. It's to become harder to be knocked down by life. Third, don't be afraid of healthy fats, but don't confuse eating fat with losing body fat. Healthy fats can provide energy, satisfaction, and help many people stay consistent. But if your goal is fat loss, remember that your body can burn the fat on your plate or the fat stored around your waist. Your long-term habits, not one nutrient, determine which happens more often. Fourth, protect your sleep as fiercely as you protect your diet. Poor sleep can increase hunger, reduce insulin sensitivity, slow recovery, and make healthy choices feel much harder the next day. Sometimes the biggest breakthrough isn't changing what's on your plate. It's improving what happens after your head hits the pillow. And finally, measure what really matters. Yes, pay attention to your weight, but also pay attention to your waist size, your strength, your energy, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your laboratory markers, and perhaps most importantly, your quality of life, because that's what metabolic health is really about. The carnivore diet isn't the destination. Neither is keto. Neither is low carb. They're tools. The destination is a life where your body gives you the freedom to do the things you love with the people you love for as long as possible. After 40, your body isn't asking to be perfect. It's asking you to be intentional. So don't chase a smaller body. Build a stronger one, because the strongest women I know aren't defined by what's on the scale. They're defined by what they're still able to do. And that's a goal worth pursuing. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and remember, health isn't about finding the perfect diet. It's about becoming the healthiest version of yourself. I can't wait to see you in the next video.